Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Will Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and for today, our episode of Tsuki Nihon, we're going to review, or rather talk about episode 12, I think? Let me check. No, episode 11. Episode 11 of Adventure Time. Wizard. You see, some episodes of Adventure Time are intended to be pretty funny. They're intended to be making fun of something or deconstructing something in a certain way because the series is about deconstructing tropes. So, what happens in this one, Finn and Jake are wandering, doing their adventure thing, and they run into a person offering magic. I've got the little notes from the liner stuff here to keep track of my episodes. Anyways, magic. So they go to the worst Hogwarts, essentially, and they're given magic tasks to earn magic, like dustomancy or shadow something or other. Yeah. To learn interesting little skills to fill out their wizard robes with stars. And the wizard that brings them to this is voiced by Tom Kenny, you know, the Ice King. And they go through all these little tests, many of them weird, many of them horrible. And Finn finds out that the end game is to prevent a meteor from becoming a meteorite. Because remember, a meteor, when it lands, meteorite. And they go in there to, well, they weren't told this at first, but Finn finds out that he's supposed to be there to keep this meteor from crushing and destroying the magic school. Instead, he decides to eventually just move the magic school using all of his powers. And then once that's done, they lose their powers, sadly. Even though their powers are kind of awesome, like sword arms. I kind of feel like that's a premonition of something. Sword arms. Anywho, this episode, it's just plain craziness, pretty much. For a while, then they discover that, well, maybe they should look at things a little bit more. It's a comical episode, kind of a filler episode. Nothing really important happens in it. And at the end of it, they're tempted with demon hearts by, I think, the same salesperson that brought them into the whole let's give you magical powers thing. I feel like what they want to do is, I'm thinking that Pendleton Ward and his team of writers were all sitting around one day and they're like, hey, you know what's popular? Harry Potter. Why don't we make the worst Hogwarts and we'll put Finn and Jake in it? And that's what happened. It's an okay episode. You don't really need to watch it. You can kind of skip it. But whatever, it's still worth it for some of the jokes. And some of the weird faces in it. And that's about it. Decent episode. Most of the episodes in Adventure Time are kind of inconsequential. Not all of them are really that important. This is one of those. Still a decent episode. What do you think of it? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And until the next video comes out, you are now caught up.